Okay.
All right, that's Park Stow, the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, just about to speak to the press to share his thoughts, I guess, on the situation on Grayston. And you're starting to see images of the chaos there, where the scaffolding, temporary bridge has collapsed.
And we think that it's been quite unfortunate. One of the patients has been airlifted. The helicopter has just come back to pick another patient up to take them to the hospital. We've still got 2 people trapped on the scene that can still be saved. So we hope that we'll be able to save the lives of those people who are still on the scene. The situation is such that the contractors are on site, the engineers and the scaffolding company are on site. They are doing the necessary investigations to give us confirmation of what the cause of the accident has been. We can confirm that it is the scaffolding that had been erected to enable us to build the bridge that's being built over the M1 next to the Grayston Highway, or rather the Grayston off-ramp. It's the pedestrian bridge that we're building. The contractors were on site for the purpose of preparing that work and building the scaffolding to enable people to be able to use the site. That's the position as of now. We ourselves, as the city of Johannesburg, are appointing independent engineers to establish the reasons for the accident that's occurred this evening. We've also received confirmation from the Department of Labour who've arrived that they would be here on site throughout the night until the work has been completed, so that they are able to conclude their investigations, and all the institutions necessary that should be here to undertake any investigation that's necessary are here, so we can confirm that investigations are currently underway. We have urged and said to the JDA we would be appointing the engineering company on behalf of the city, that we would want a swift report to be given to the city of Johannesburg so that the necessary corrective action can be taken. But on behalf of the people of, I would say, of this country, no doubt, this is one of the most unfortunate incidents that we've experienced in the recent past, particularly on the construction site.
Also, Mayor, can you confirm to us, we use this highway more than often, so we have witnessed some of the people actually using the bridge. Were there no securities here?
Well, at this point, we would want all matters that relate to the investigation to be concluded through the investigation. After the investigation has been done, we'll be able to give detailed comments. So I'd rather that we don't preempt whatever the investigation is going to give us.
Now, Mr. Mayor, 2 questions. What have you heard about the injuries? Do we know the extent of the injuries, especially on those that are in hospital? And secondly, we were told that someone from Marion Roberts was going to make his way here with you as part of the delegation. Do we know if they're still here on site? Are they here with you?
Well, we've got the senior management team from Marion Roberts on site. They've indicated that they would have their own media briefing, and we have said to them that, of course, it is their prerogative to be able to issue their own statements. And I would imagine that they would be able to then indicate their own understanding of what transpired on site. With regards to the levels of injuries, there are different levels of injuries. Some of them are minor, but some of them are quite severe, so we'd have to take it as it is. We'd want to tomorrow visit the hospitals that people have been moved to. Of course, we had confirmed to the Premier that we would be in Soweto and Davidsonville this evening and tomorrow, but with the indulgence of the Premier, he's also allowed the MEC to join me this evening, MEC Vadi. We would want to ensure that we at least are able to go to the hospitals and be able to determine what the actual extent of the injuries are.
2 questions, Mr. Mayor. Have authorities been able to contact some of the relatives of the victims of the bridge collapse? And another question is that how soon can we expect the scene to be cleared? Is there any indication of that?
Well, at this point, the issue about relatives, there's immediate contact with relatives. Not all of them have been contacted, so we'd have to continuously make contact with the people that at least we know have contact details. But some of the relatives have been contacted. Some of them are on site to the extent that we're able to share information with them. We've been able to share information. When will it be ready? At this point, we are unable to confirm. The engineers have indicated that there's still a lot of work to be done to be able to remove the scaffolding. We are not certain as yet that the road will be open tomorrow morning. We have urged the contractors and the team, both in the city but also the contractors, to ensure that the road is available first thing tomorrow morning for peak traffic, but at this point we are unable to confirm.
Now, Mr. Mayor, if you could just tell us briefly, I know that there's also been another bus accident that took place not far from here. How is that particular scene currently? Do we know if there were multiple injuries? And secondly, when it comes to the investigation that is taking place here, how soon would you like it to be wrapped up? When can we expect a full comprehensive report?
Well, at this point, we haven't received any indication of major injuries on the bus accident, so I'm unable to confirm whether there are any major injuries. With regards to how soon we would have the investigation done, we have said to the team as swiftly as possible. Of course, what you need is the necessary engineering report, some of the work. Remember, some of the work is already being done, so that impacts on the actual quality of the investigation. We are encouraged by the fact that the major investigating institutions are already on site. The Department of Labour, we've got our own head of engineering at the JDA present, but we can't wait for everybody to be present. So there are others that we're going to have to give a bit of time. So I'd rather, right now we're dealing with the emergency. At the point that we've gone beyond the emergency, we'd be able to confirm what would actually be happening.
And what happens if there are any rules that have been flouted?
Corrective action will be taken. Anybody who has not done their work in accordance to what the requirements are, corrective action will be taken.
And one more question, Mayor, very similar to what my colleague asked. Will this scaffolding be permanently removed, or is there any other way you're thinking of, again, reinstalling?
Well, at this point, it's premature to comment on that. The objective of the city is to continue with the building of the bridge. The bridge remains important. 10,000 people cross over the Grayston off-ramp on foot. They are pedestrians on foot, and this bridge was intended to be built for them. We still have the objective of building that bridge, but let's overcome the problem that we currently have and then get to the point of how do we then resuscitate the project.
Mayor, how does this affect mobility management with the restrictions that have been placed inside be lifted now to just ease traffic in the gridlock going in and out of Sandton?
Well, at this point, the view we've taken is that because we're unable to confirm that in fact the road would be open in the morning, we would want to urge people to continue going to the park and rides because that would be the most immediate relief that's available. And then tomorrow we'd be able to make a call. But at this point, the view is that we should direct people to the park and ride facilities. We have made a decision that we're not going to be charging for the park and rides tomorrow, so that people are able to go to the park and rides, and then tomorrow morning we'll make a call. At this point, and unfortunately, until such time that we know what time the road will be open, we need to get more and more people off the road rather than on the road. So we'd rather urge people to get to the park and rides to be able to access Sandton.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take this opportunity to thank you and say that the leadership of the city will remain on site. If you have further questions, please do interact with ourselves. PND is also available, and we'll direct you accordingly. But the executive mayor has time pressures, so we'll need to release him to interact with the necessary authorities and people. Thank you very much.
Thank you.